Hi, guys. Good morning. Good morning to each and every one of you. Today's Tuesday. Of course, we're in March, the third month, of course, of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, I trust this message reaches each and every one of you with good health, being optimistic, strong mind, body, soul, and spirit, and whatever it is that you have planned for yourself. I am hoping that it's realized, you know, and you would have accomplished those dreams and goals that you set for yourself. And I know sometimes dreams and goals doesn't come just like that. It's a process. So we all have to put in the work to get it. My message today is going to be quick. I always say quick, but it always goes longer than expected. I got a little nudge. That's the word I'll use. I don't like the word downloads. It could be a download. A little message came to my thoughts. And I just want to talk to you guys about decisions we made in the past, how it has a ripple effect, not only in our lives, our family and friends' life, but everything that surrounds us, everything that surrounds us, right? Now, in the world that we're living in right now, we know it's heavy, heavy spiritual warfare. Some of us may not know that. Or some of us know and we refuse to acknowledge it. But we don't have to acknowledge it, right? Just know that it is there and do whatever that we have to do to safeguard ourselves and our families, of course. Nevertheless, saying that is that, simple conversations with people, reading, looking at videos, reading documentaries, articles, you see the world is at such a place now that you ask yourself, not only where is morals, but you ask yourself where people are getting the decisions that they made, who is influencing them, who have influenced them, what was their thought process, mind frame, that they could actually come up with these things that they come up with to, harness another person's energy, to hurt another person, to defame, to do all of these things to one, two, three, or people that they don't like. You ask yourself, what would have been their thought process? Why were they in this mind frame, that they would take millions of dollars, sacrifice their soul, sacrifice everything they have worked for, perceivably that they worked to get these things. But they would have done all of these things just because their ego or who they are as a person was felt threatened. Now, if your life is felt threatened in some way, this is where we have to speak up, like I am speaking up right now. Not that my life is felt threatened, but it has been influenced by such things that people have been doing to build fear in me. And I always say to people, I have no fear because I do not fear the inevitable. If you fear the inevitable is where your life will be like that. There would be no forward movement. You can't get up. You can't make decisions. There's no forward thinking. You wouldn't have any hope and dreams for yourself despite your age, your support, whatever. If you fear the inevitable is something that you and I cannot see, but it is there. So we cannot fear it. But to go back to saying to go back to the words my statement that I made earlier, where are these people frame of mind? Where, who have influenced them? Where did they get it from? And it boils down to one thing, ladies and gentlemen, or one upbringing. Most times when you see people grow up into an adult and decide that they want to take certain actions, and they do these things did not just pull out of a hat like that. These things was most definitely influenced by their upbringing. So, when you see a child grow up as a Christian, going to church every single day, every Sunday, or sometime every day, they visit a mosque, or, and they go to church, they praise and they worship God. And then somewhere in the middle, that child become wayward. They stop going to church, they stop following the teachings, the activity, they want to do things differently. And, as a parent, when you're a parent and you see that your child all of a sudden in the middle change, what do? This is where you, as a parent, should try and get your child some form of help. Try and get your child some form of therapy. Help your child to see that the decisions that they're trying to make now is being influenced by outsiders. Not only by outsiders, but their thoughts is being manipulated. And parents is now supposed to bring that child back into the space that they taught him. Going to church, respect morals, don't cross people's boundaries. Years ago, I remember in my humble country in Guyana, South America, you could not speak back to an adult. You would get some warm lashes. You could not disrespect an adult in no way, shape, or form. You see an adult in the street, you walk, you say hello, good morning. And if you don't, you get yourself in trouble. You see today in society where mothers are encouraging daughters to do certain things. And remember, those daughters or those sons will bring their own children into the world, and they would encourage them to do certain things because of what they see their parents do. So let me get down to the message, to the meat of the message. Most times when we see people grow up into society and they do such evil, sadistic things, is because of what parents allowed. And parents cannot tell me that their child was a perfect child. And there's no perfection. But their child was a good child all of a sudden that they flipped. No. There were always red flags there. There were always red flags. But parents failed to see it. Even if a child hates you, there were always red flags. But parents failed to see it. So when children become these antagonizers, abusers, rapists, hurters in society, it's not by chance, it's what parents allowed. It's what parents allowed. So sometimes when you see we pray against these people that have grew up in society and become such venom and cancer in society, we got to pray against the parents as well, especially if they're alive. Because these are the parents that encourage these children to become these monsters in society. And these are the monsters in society today that sometimes get offices, whole offices, that make decisions in other people's lives. And these children never get help. But these parents push these children to do better academic-wise, but not mental. So we have somebody who's sitting on benches and in office that did well academically, but mentally they're disturbed. And they were able to hold on and that and hide that from the world and society, but they sit in an area where they make decisions. So I'm thinking, when we see these sadistic people do certain things in society today, we need to hold their parents accountable as well. That's why some young girls don't get pregnant, they don't get children, because of what their parents did. Let's hold parents accountable as well for what is happening in society.